We know that Donald Trump's first order of business upon coming into office is going to be enacting his mass deportations of anywhere from 10 million up to 20, possibly even 25 million immigrants here in the United States. As long as, they're immigrants that don't look like his wife, immigrants that look like people from south of our border. Those are the ones that will, in fact, be targeted. And that's a big undertaking. I mean, let's be honest, even if you put every single ICE agent in the country on duty, deporting 10 to 15 to 20 million people, the immigrants are going to outnumber them, right? We do not have 10 to 15 to 20 million ICE agents in this country, so it's going to be difficult for them to do that. But don't worry, folks, because Steve Bannon and one of his little idiot co-hosts, they have a plan on how you, the average MAGA brown shirt out there in this country, can aid with these mass deportations. And they spelled it out in a segment that aired this past weekend. It was Steve Bannon and his co-host Natalie Winters. And they discussed the fact that they're going to have, or they want Trump to have, what they're calling MAGA shock troops. And these shock troops are not troops at all. They're not people, that are part of the United States military. No, they're just regular MAGA hat wearing weirdos that Steve Bannon and his co-host Natalie Winters are calling on to go out there and help round up immigrants somehow. Again, kind of sounds a little bit like a brown shirt movement, but whatever. Here is what they said this weekend. Starts with Natalie Winters. I think when you get into the issues of personnel and staffing, I think that it's going to be another battle where the power of this audience is really going to need to be on full display and in full force, right? You're already sort of starting to see the divergence of different camps on how they want to handle what will, I think, be essentially the first flashpoint of the Trump administration, which is, of course, the mass deportations. Winters then said that mass deportations are crucial to the MAGA agenda, but she's worried that some Republicans want to focus only on the gang members, the violent criminals, instead of, quote, a broader systemic removal of an invasion of people. You know what? Before I continue, let me point something out here. It's exactly what I predicted, right? It never stops with one group of people. And it's never just the one group of people that you think it's going to be. Obviously, we saw a lot of naturalized citizens, but, formerly immigrants, voting for Donald Trump, Hispanics and Latinos. He increased his margins with them hugely because, well, I'm in this country legally. I'm not committing any crimes. Obviously, I'm not a target here. Oops. Natalie Winters just gave up the game. Yeah, you are. Yes, you are. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't think it's fair. You went through the process, you became naturalized citizens, but based on the reading that I have done, you can't have that citizenship stripped from you. Only natural-born citizens, which Trump also wants to do away with, cannot have their citizenship stripped from them. So, oops. That's not going to be fun for you people who thought, oh, he's not talking about me. No, she's literally telling you, we're talking about you. But she continues. I think that right there gives us this audience, this show, to sort of stand in the breach. So we're not just removing criminals, we're removing a monolith, a group of people who really are the antithesis of the populist agenda that undergirds the MAGA movement. Again, she's letting you know, all of you, if you weren't born in the United States and your skin is darker than pasty white, you're gone. Winters then wondered how the audience can, quote, sort of be the counter-resistance to the resistance, not just in the form of the shock troops on the streets, but particularly sort of the embeds within the Trump administration. So, you're going to see, again, these MAGA brown shirts, we'll call them red hats, right? It's applicable. And they'll be the ones going around with these ICE agents doing their little citizens arrests, deportations, reporting you to authorities. Kind of reminds you of something that happened last century over in Germany, right? That's what we're looking at here. And as I mentioned, they've already progressed. Oh, we're not just getting rid of the criminals. We're not just getting rid of the gang members. No, we're getting rid of all of them. And eventually they'll run out of them to get rid of, and they'll move on to their next target. So, effing around and finding out is never fun, but we're getting pretty close to that happening. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.